Hi classmates! Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today, isi-share ko sa inyo kung paano ko nagawang kumita ng 50,000 pesos using Canva. And that is by designing an ebook. So, paano nga ba dinedesign ang ebook? Stick around and ituturo ko sa iyo ang step by step. An ebook is a digital book that you can read on your computer, tablet, or phone. It's like a regular paper book, except it has no pages and you can't hold it in your hands. The easiest way to design an ebook is to use Canva. Of course, there are other tools that you can use like Adobe Illustrator or InDesign. However, you can achieve the same look by utilizing Canva for this project. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. So, for this tutorial, we will be using this template. This is saved on my computer, and I feel like this resembles the branding kit that we have. So let's just take this out of the screen. And then we will be using this as a cover. Okay. So the ebook topic will be a young lady skincare guide. So something like that. And then to search for this template or this size of workspace, you just need to search ebook cover on Canva, okay? And then let's start. So since this is about beauty, I've chosen this image. And then let's try to manipulate the image by changing the tint. So I am looking to adjust to a tone that's similar to brown. So I think this is it. And then let's try adding another text box. A young girl's guide. Let's put 2 here. And then let's type skincare. Okay. So we can rearrange this so that it doesn't cover the face of the model. So let's just align this to left. And then we can change the line spacing to 1 so that it doesn't take up too much space. And then let's change the font styles to DM Sans. Let's make it smaller. And then use Dream Avenue here. Let's try to put it in the middle. Or here. Okay. And then let's change this to, for example, your name. But here I will put my name. And then let's change this again to Dream Avenue. Or I think it's better if you use DM Sans here. And since the font size is too big, let's change it to 20. Let's try that. And then of course, I think I will just use DM Organics here since it's our company here. And then we will be adding the logo so that it looks more professional. So let's click that and then put it at the upper left corner. There you go. And if you want to, we can always add a square here so that it has a footer here, and then we can change the color to 846652. As you can see, it looks like a cover now. But let's try to make this smaller, and then we can put this in the middle. Okay. I think this is too big. Let's just use 25. And then let's make this 52. Okay. So that's it for our ebook cover. Now we will create the second page. So most of the time, this should be our table of contents or the preface or the welcome message. So if we want that, we can design it. Let's try this background color. So if we want that, we'll choose this background color and then we'll add a heading here. Make sure it's in the middle. Actually, you can choose whether you want it in the middle or left aligned. Left aligned. Um, by the way, these pink markers are your margin. So please don't go beyond these pink markers. Or if the person wants to print your ebook, it will not be printed correctly. So please keep that in mind. So let's just type welcome here. And then let's format this to Dream Avenue and change the font color to white. Okay. So that's 38. Let's just take note of that. When you're creating headings like this one, please make sure that all of the pages have the same font sizes so that the design would look more consistent. Okay. So now that we have this, we can add body text. So this is the element that we will drag here, and we will be adding dummy text again. So let me just copy the dummy text I have here. Copy and then paste. And as always, we will be using left align. And let's follow the margin. And then let's try to make it justified and add more paragraphs. By the way, you can add your name here. Since this is most likely a letter, we can add a closing paragraph here. And then we'll use another font for the name. So, for example, we'll add this subheading And then, for example, I am the owner of this company. So I'll just add my name. And then we will format this to BD script. We'll make that larger because it's too small. 35. And then we'll add body text again to add my title. For example, CEO and founder of DG Organics. Okay. So you can format that to bold, or if you want it to look minimalist, we can just keep it the normal within the normal format. So I've just reduced the sentences so that we can have more spaces for the closing. Okay. Okay. For consistency, we'll be using 14 or 13 as a body font size. Okay. So that's the M Sans already. And then we will be adding a page number here. So let's use body text and then drag it here. And then let's type page 2 because it's the second page. Okay. And then we'll align it at the right portion of this page. And then we'll add letter spacing so that it looks better. I'll just add 100 for the letter spacing. And we can reduce it to 10. Okay. And then we'll add another page using the template that we have. We will be following the design for the next page. So I will just be using white as our background color, and I will add a grid here for the image. So click that, and you can resize that according to your liking. So here we will be putting the grid at the second half of our ebook page. So we will be finding skincare products here. And then let's find one that has portrait orientation like this one. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with this design, so let's try to find other options. Let's try this one. I think we can just do this. And then we'll add our text box here. So let's go to text and then body text. And then we'll do this so that we still have space between the image and the paragraphs. And then we will format that to left alignment and then the M Sans. And as always, we will be using our dummy text. So let's paste that and paste again. So we will be cutting this text because it's too long. And then we'll format it to the justified because it looks too scattered. Okay. So let's just make sure that our image shows up well or displays well in this design. So we will have our footer here. So let's just copy this and then paste it here. Let's try to make this all caps, and then we will align it to the text, to the body text, and then we'll add the page number here. So it's page 3, so let's do that, and then let's change the spacing of this to 100 as well, and then we'll proceed to the 4th page. So let's create another page. So this time we will be using the light brown color, which is again 846652, and then we will add another square. So let's close this and add this. So this will go beyond the margin. So let's just make sure that this is centered well. And then let's format this to dark brown, which is 4F2C18. Okay. And then we will add an image grid here in the middle. So let's just center that. And then we can now add our image here. So as usual, we will be choosing a skincare product image. So let's try this. And then we will add our footer here. Okay, so since this is page 4, let's change that. And then let's try adding our black logo here. Okay, let's zoom in. So that's it for our page 4. And then let's move on to the next page. By the way, this tutorial will have only 10 pages. So please bear with me if it takes too long for me to demonstrate this. So let's just add another page, and then this one will be white background as well. And then we will add our headline or heading. I just copied that, and we will change the font color to for F2C18. And then we will left align this, and we'll make it smaller. Let's do 35. Let's type introduction. Let's just use 38 and then align this, okay? And then now we can add our body text. So let's get our dummy text and then left align it, and then let's go with the margin. So the first two sentences will be formatted to bold to give emphasis, and we will change the color to black, and then the alignment to justified. Okay, so we will use 12 for the space between the heading and the text, the body text, okay? And then we will copy this again so that it fills up our page here. By the way, our design requires a shape here, which is which is which would act like a divider. So let's put that here. Let's make it a bit wider. We will choose a lighter color for this, and then we will paste the content that we have. Okay, it's better that you add a text box here, because if you directly add the body text on the square shape itself, it will change in size as well if you drag the text like this. So let's just format that to justify it as well. Let's make it smaller, because this is supposed to be a quote or a featured section. And then we will add quotes here, this symbol. So the first one would look like this. Let's just make it smaller and then put it here. Change this to white. And then duplicate that, and then rotate that to 180 degrees and then paste here. Okay, don't worry about the color, it doesn't show now, but let's try this. Okay, so as you can see, the color change is showing, however Canva is glitching, so let's just leave it at that. Let's check that again. Okay, I think let's italize this. There you go. Let's format to DM Sans, and then we will copy this and add more paragraphs here. However, we will remove this bold section. Okay, since we will be adding our footer here, let's make it shorter. And now we can copy our footer text and shape. . So this should be page 5. And now we can proceed to page 6. So this will be white background as well. And we will be adding 3 grids. So this is the grid that we are looking for. So we will be dragging this all over the page. So let's leave at least this space for the text below. So we will be looking for relevant images. And then this one. And then let's try adding more like this one. Okay. Now that images are complete, we will add a short paragraph here. In our template, it's centered, so let's do that. Okay. And then formatted to bold. Let's try that. This is the Sans, okay? And then we'll add the page number here. Since our template doesn't have footer, let's just follow that sample. And then change the font color to black. Okay. And then let's proceed to page 7. So our next page will have rectangles at the upper right corner. So let's find square and let's create a border here. So we will be coloring it 846652 and then duplicate that and then rotate. Okay. So now that we have that, we can copy this and this too so that it will be easier for us to add, and it's already formatted. So let's just type skincare tip number 1. And then this page will just be pure text. So let's copy this and okay. So now we can add our colored footer here. And then we'll change the page number again. So let's add more space from the border to the, in between the border and the paragraph, okay? So that it looks cleaner and more readable, okay? So now let's proceed to page 8. And this page will have an image with an overlay color, okay? So here's what I'm trying to say. So let's just follow the margin and resize the grid up to the middle of the page, and then we'll find a suitable image, and then we'll put a square on top. This is called overlaying. So let's try that color first. Don't worry about it covering the image because we will still change the transparency to 70. Okay. And then we will add subheading. Let's just use dummy text here. And then format it to DM Sans and white. And then add more text because we need to occupy the whole space. Once we have that, we can now add our paragraphs. So let's just copy this. And we will be adding 2 columns here. So to do that, simply do this. Make sure to leave a space in between. So we will cut this text because it's too long. And then duplicate that. Okay, you can adjust it accordingly. But make sure that they have the same size. 190. Okay. So they are both 180. At the moment. So let's just do that. Okay. And then we'll add again our footer. So now that's done, we can add another page. So this will be our about the author page because this will be our last page. The 10th page will be our table of contents. So let's add a grid here. Actually, we can skip that. We just need to find an image that's relevant. We'll add a round frame. This one. So we will add my picture. As for your ebook, you can use your picture or just add someone else's picture here. You can find a lot of women and men's avatars here, so it would be easier for you to add. So I will just add a round shape here and then color it white. This will act as the border of my picture. So send backward. Okay. And then let's add this heading. and say about the author and change it to white. And then we can add our paragraph. So we will reduce the lines here. And here we can add the story of the author, why they published this ebook, something like that. So we'll just change the font color to white, then remove the bold formatting here. And then we can double check if we missed any spot that needs formatting. So make sure to use only the assets that are included in our branding kit. So far, the elements here looks good. We are using the right font styles and sizes. Before submitting to your client, please make sure that everything is polished, including the spacing, the alignment, and the sizes of your element so that the client won't reject your work, okay? So I think we're okay with the about the author page. And then now we can proceed to adding the table of contents here. Let's just add our table of contents manually. So here we can say introduction, and then here we'll format is to right, and then type the page number. Okay, and then hit enter, and then skincare tip number 1. And then let's just copy that. For example, we have completed all of the steps here. Let's say we have 7 steps: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then we'll do the same here: 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About the author. We can change the spacing here if we want. So we can do 2 so that it looks more like a table of contents. By the way, you can also add dots here if you wish. So let's try adding that. Lines. So this is what I'm referring to. Let's zoom in so that we can see. By the way, the line should be the same size as the other, so we will be reducing the line weight to 2. Let's try that, and let's see it in 100%. It still look too big for me, so let's try 1. Okay, that's it, and now we can duplicate it. Okay, so now it's copying the spacing, which is good, but it's still not aligned well, so let's just drag these to select, and then we'll align that. Okay, okay, so now it should be good to go. Let's format this by changing the color of the font, and then this is DM Sans, and we can add graphics here if we want because it's too plain. So let's just find a relevant graphics for this. Okay, since we have used this, let's try this, and then we'll change it to very, let's just use 10, and then we'll color it dark brown. Okay, and then let's try adding our footer, see if it looks good. We will not add the page number because it shouldn't be here in the table of contents. Okay, so let's try viewing that. Okay, let's try adding this here. Okay, let's change that to white, and then we'll take a look. Okay, I think it needs resizing. Okay, so this is how your ebook would look like if the client looks at it when it's converted to PDF. Okay, so now we are done with formatting and editing our ebook. So once you are done as well and you have proofread and double check the alignments of the elements here on your ebook, you can now download it by clicking share and then download, and then don't forget to use PDF standard, and then all pages should be downloaded and then click download. So while it is converting, wait for it, and then we will see how it looks like here. So now it's fully converted to an ebook. This is how it would look like. As you can see, we have designed a clean and aesthetically pleasing ebook while following our branding kit. Okay, So that's how you design an ebook on Canva. By the way, you must know that you can earn up to 50,000 pesos per ebook, like this one. So that's it for this video. See you on the next one.